Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday mornings, messages of love from above. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. And for those of you on the other side of the planet, good evening and afternoon to everyone. And before we get started, let me just get my desktop all set up here and we will get started. All right. Let me just stretch this out here a little further. There we go. And we'll shrink this down. All right, perfect. All right, I think we are good. There we go. Confirming we are indeed live and alive, at least that we know of. All right. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, I always welcome that, whether you're watching live or even on replay. We join together outside of space and time, and we can send love out to the world. So get my singing bowl here, and it's going to kind of center ourselves, come back to this moment, take a big, deep breath in, letting all that outside world stuff go for a moment. Just hold it for a moment, sit in that space, and release. Beautiful. And then as I hit the singing bowl, we'll just let that love flow down from above, fill up our own heart, and then flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. So put the bowl back there as it always continues to sing there. It's a very powerful bowl. All right. So, if you're new to these readings or new to this channel, uh, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people with big hearts, wonderful senses of humor, and even some have both. I'm just kidding. Most have both. So we have a great time here, and thank you for being here. Greatly appreciating. Thank for all the thumbs up already. It just helps spread the Zen love, something free that everyone can do, and I greatly appreciate that. Before we get into the readings themselves, I do want to make sure everyone is aware. I just put out some equinox readings. Here's the playlist, and it's by each individual zodiac sign. So, check that out. It's a 3-month forecast that is from March 19th all the way up until June 19th. So be sure to check that out. And then also, that marks going into Aries season. So happy early birthday to all you Aries sun babies. And there's a pick a card for all of us and that also gives us a 3-month forecast for the Aries, not a 3-month, a 1 month from March 19th to April 19th ish. But for Aries sun babies, it also gives you a special 3-month birthday reading. So you can do the equinox and that, and you get a double dose of different information. Also, we had a new podcast come out next week, a new one coming out tomorrow. But the one from last week is It's Complicated. And here, this podcast of chaos to cozy is all about our journey. We come from cozy, we come down here to chaos, and then we make our way back to cozy. And this podcast is all about the adventure that I've had from my darkest time, where I almost took my life, where the chaos was the most, and the journey and the tools and information that Spirit has given me through that period, and see if any of that helps you on your journey. So be sure to check that out. It also has the link to the playlist if you want to catch up on any of the past ones as well. And then lastly, I do have life purpose readings. Introduced those. I have different types of readings that I offer. This is a new one that I created, and they're half off until the end of this month. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that, and we'll go from there. So yeah, because I do past life readings, I have relationship readings and life purpose readings and regular personal readings where you can ask anything. I think those are the main ones that I can think of right now. All right, so let's get into it. And if you aren't familiar with how the process works for free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. And All you have to do is put your question out in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. If you don't want to put your business out there, understandable. You can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. That's the main thing. If anyone makes a donation, that's how I make my living. And so I do honor that energy exchange. I step outside of the free readings, prioritizing those, and dive deeper into those as well, pulling additional cards for that. And then I return back to the free readings and make my way down. So that is the skinny how to make a donation. There's all the links are in the description box of the video for like my Venmo, my Cash App, my Square, my PayPal. And then, of course, you can use the super chat as well. I'll be using this beautiful Sufi tarot today. I've been using that this weekend and I really love it. So we'll be doing that. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's about it for right now. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. You'll see their names in green with little badges. So Elisa, hello, hello. And Magana. Magana was one of the winners of every month I have 10 Zen Cricket level memberships that YouTube gives me to give away. I do that on the first Saturday of each month. So be sure to take a look at that. And Human Being, hello, hello. I see you down there too. Good to see you. And hello to everybody. All right. So let's get into the readings here. So up first, we got Supernova. Hey, Nova. Thank you for the trees. I love the pine trees. I think those are pine trees. And thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And you'd like to know about your human self. Are you a highly sensitive, creative little creature? Also, what is your energy like? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and we'll see what Spirit wants you to know. Hey, how you doing? All right. So let's take a look here. Okay, so what do they want you to know about your humanness and excuse me, your sensitivities, It's interesting that on the bottom of the deck you have the full card, which represents your soul. and I like this. It's whoops, it's like the sorry, my rings are falling off. Just my my swelling. You wake up in the morning, you're a little more swollen than usual, but they're falling off, so I can put them all on. Sorry, got distracted. Ding, ding, ding. It's like ding, ding, ding. They have like a little bell that went off, and they're like, "This is what's most important for you to be aware of: is that you are a soul. The human character in each lifetime, of course, is very different, and we choose it on purpose, for a purpose, before we come down here. So I like that they're saying, before they talk a little bit about this human character, they're like, just know that you chose this specific body to be born at this specific time and that specific place to these specific parents and family and situations, that it's not just like, oops, here you are. It's not a spin the wheel and see what comes up. It's always we choose purposely, so purposely before we come down here to be born at a certain time. So we have all the astrological and numerological and all that energy that's poured into the soup of who you are. So I like that. Yeah, and again, you've got this beautiful, beautiful, Hierophant um, is who this card is. But this is about connecting to your soul. Again, the soul energy coming in, it pulls you up during your lifetime to give you this desire to seek who you truly are, your capital T truth of who you are, not what humans and conditioning and everything have told you that you are. And so I like this truth that comes in. I'm so sorry. That frog is coming up. But there is this clarity that, comes into our life. And you will know because you'll have curiosity of who you are, which is kind of what you're looking at right now. But, it's more so a continual um, search and a continual like scavenger hunt of who we are and how it unfolds. Yeah, and you are a sensitive individual, empathically, emotionally sensitive, like a baby, like we all are. And you've got the Eight of Cups, which cups are emotions. Beautiful card, too. I love the colors in here. But this is about um, we're all emotional beings, right? That think. We're not thinking beings who feel, we're emotional beings who think, because the first part that grows in the human brain and the human being that we are is the emotional center of the brain. From in the womb up until around 7 years old, when then our brain starts to develop the higher brain, that additional part of our brain, the thinking part, is what starts expanding. So that's good to know. And the Eight of Cups tells us that, we all have charged emotions that we have when we're younger, because um, we don't know how to communicate. We're not really developing our cerebral cortex of the upper piece of thinking and analyzing and all that. So when we feel like a baby, it either laughs at or it cries or it throws a tantrum out of anger, and it just knows. Um, that this is what it wants to do. Laughter is very supported by humans. Human parents, everyone loves it when a baby laughs. Oh, let's make them laugh some more. Let's let me, boo, boo, boo. We do all that stuff to make us, to make them to laugh even more because we like that. But if they're crying, we're like, oh God, no, not the crying. Or when a little kid's throwing a tantrum and screaming and that, those are not usually supported. And when we do those things, when we have to suppress those feelings out of fear of being punished by the parental or guardians, then a little emotional child doesn't know what to do with those, so it wraps it in emotional energy and stuffs it down below, right? Right. And that's what happens, right? We have all that charged emotion down below. And yeah, I mean, like you said, yeah, you probably still charge. We all have charged emotions up until we reach enlightenment late in our lives, because there's a lot of emotional charge that are below the surface that we don't even know are down there. But triggers when they're coming up are what we can look at to help transform. So I feel like they're saying, yeah, you are, and you have both. Each moment is an emotional choice of you know, choosing higher vibration, or we're choosing lower vibration. And then we can also be having triggers that are coming up and sparking, right? So, I like the how spirit says, let's focus on 80% of our time on higher vibration. Let's focus on gratitude and joy and laughter and celebration and doing that. And then 20% on the triggers that are coming up, because the more we focus on our triggers in the shadow, if we're not in a higher place out of fear, then we're going to fall into fear and grow that emotion and the trigger instead of transform it, if that makes sense. Let's see what else they have here for you. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Joy, joy, joy. So, we've got the 10 of coins is the abundance, the family, and the 4 of staves is it's joy and celebration. So they're saying, yeah, let's focus on joy and celebration. And the 10 of coins that's coming in here represents like the tribe, the family, the fullness of life. And that's why we come down here too. And I feel like that's cards really reinforcing that you chose your external circumstances. And so everything that was, in our outside world, we've chosen, for us here too. Yeah. And you got the 7 of staves, which here's this, kind of sun card about, our energy and how we can either get defensive where we feel when we feel like we're being attacked by others. But the 7 of staves is like that we don't have to become defensive when we're, especially when this beautiful card, how it has they're focused in on their, let's see if I can get it to focus. There it goes. On their inner energies and um, who they really are. And I like that. It's when we're sitting in this place of remembering I'm a soul, remember I'm a higher being, remembering everyone else also is a higher being, but all these characters that are on stage and this giant improv are here on purpose for a purpose, right? We have the 2 of cups are all the relationships that we've chosen are important and they no one comes into our life by accident. And so we can really understand life differently, when it comes into all this. That, when you're asking if you're empathically, emotionally sensitive, um, it's like everyone is empathic. Um, just there's, when we choose our astrology with people with water signs and water moons and because everyone has Pisces placement in a way, because we have all 12 houses and the 12th house is our psychic ability. So everyone has all 12 signs. It's just a matter of what you have, in your, if you have anything, any planets or whatever in Pisces, that just tells you some more about your connection to the higher realms. If you have anything in the 12th house, then that tells you something too. And also looking at where your Neptune is, that's the planet that rules over Pisces. It just tells us, that we all have it, but we all are a mixture of soup. And then that's just what we start off with. And then when everyone, the more we clear out that chaos noise of the lower vibrational emotions we talked about below, then the more we're able to connect to the higher realms too. Wow, we got really deep here in that one. But I feel like that's for more than just you and me. Yeah, Pisces and Neptune. So you have your Neptune is in Pisces, um, in the house, the 12th house. Or wherever it is there. Well, cool. Yeah, so there is a lot of emotional, it's an emotional journey, and I like how they're saying, every moment is an emotional choice. So, and I think I already gave you the links to the empathic gifts. Let me just throw it out here for everyone anyway, just in case this resonates for others. This is the empathic bubble and the true gift of the empath. So these are things that we can do to create a bubble so that we don't take on everyone else's emotions, where it's not like a tsunami that slaps up upside the face, that we can maintain like that in that 7 of wands, we can maintain our own peace regardless of the drama that's going on in the energies around us. And then the power that we have to be centered and push out unconditional and higher love energy and help people, make it an easier choice for ourselves and others to choose unconditional love, instead of fear. But there's nothing wrong with any emotion. Every emotion is beautiful and perfect, and that's something to be aware of too. So hopefully that gives you the information that you were looking for. They were just like, here, this, and this, and this. So there you go. And thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. And then let me take a look here. I do have a Cash App that came in, but these others came in before. So I will squeeze you in there as soon as I think it's after Alice. Yeah. So in between Alice and Human Being, I will get to the Cash App donation there. All right, so HTTPS, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love and a like since it lets me. And you would like to know here messages from your spirit guides and angels. I love it. Let's take a look here and see what do they want you to know right now. All right. Looks like I put cards in backwards. We'll just let them come out as they wish here. All right. And they do what's up right there. All right. No surprise, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Wands, which, has like the little kitty next to it represents this, connection to the spirit world. Queen of Wands. So, the wand suit itself is energy and spiritual energy. And they already have a natural connection to the spirit world, being the royalty of the wand suit. But all the queens get a second portion of water, which gives them even more empathic ability because emotions is really how we connect through spirit too. So definitely it's almost like the high priestess. She's just very in tune with spirit. And there is this message about when you're and it kind of feels like it's a little bit like yesterday where they were saying, don't feel like you can't ask us for assistance. You have this ability. You can keep growing it. And the more you lower your chaos and fear noise in your life and turn up that unconditional and higher vibrational, you get more clarity, more clarity, more clarity. You see signs everywhere and get answers everywhere, around there. And so that energy is below the surface here, right away. And let's see what else we have coming in here. All right. All right. You do have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is a great card to get, because one, it's major arcana, it's endings and beginnings that are coming in. And there's always a message that comes with the Wheel of Fortune, like the Tower, that says whatever happens in our life is for us. Though sometimes our human goes, how is that for me? But when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's even our human side is on board with, yeah, I see how this is for me. So I do like this, coming in here with this energy. And you also have the Ace of Cups. So this heightened love, this is our chalice of the Holy Grail. And this flood coming in is from the unconditional love from above, filling us up and then overflowing out to the world. And with this 10 and 1, there is endings and beginnings around love in the outside world. And I just feel like there's this takes you to a new place because when we're trying to fill up our cup from the outside world, that stuff can't come in and fill us up. And that's why outside love, conditional outside love, just feels like it falls short, and we continue to feel empty until we fill up from the upside, from eternal unconditional love. And it fills us up and it overflows out to the world, and then whatever anyone gives us in the outside world is above and beyond extra. So our love changes between friends, family, lovers, whatever, when that comes in, because we're not needing, we're not expecting from others, and what they give to us is abundance. And So instead of going, where our human is going, where's everything falling short? It looks and goes, wow, look at how abundant and full my life is. And I say that because we've got this Three of Cups coming in here too, which represents joy and celebration, and your spiritual posse up above saying hello again. But with all of this message that's coming in here around relationship, this is about your finding your tribe and your tribe transforms. So I feel like there's this, with these endings and beginnings, I feel like people are drifting away to make room for new people to come in that are more in alignment with your higher energy that you have been kind of evolving into and transforming into. And you know, so and there's some that are within the tribe that you start seeing them differently too because of your expectation of what they are supposed to bring you. You don't expect it anymore. You just are grateful for what they're able to give. That might be more parental or family, because I feel like there's some people in your life that you're like, well, even if I wanted to get rid of them, I won't. I'm going to keep them, but your energy changes towards them, with which makes it easier for them to be in your life, if that makes sense, because you do have this drama energy of the Five of Wands that's going on around you, and the five is a transformation of the energy there that changes it from lower vibrational to higher vibrational. So I do feel big changes coming here in your relationships with others. And even with the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles, this is about family and love and relationships, and even with the abundance of the outside world. So I just feel like they're telling you here, with this connection higher, raising that love vibration, there is this big change that's coming in here, because of all that. So I like that for you, and I feel like that's what they have for you right now. And yeah, I like that. So many blessings to you. Let me just put some cards in here the wrong way. So let me just flip these around, and we will get into the additional readings here. Okay, there it is. I think that was it. Is there one more? Yeah. Okay. I think I got most of them here. All right. No, there was one right there. All right. Yeah, the full card. All right. So many blessings to you, my friend, and enjoy. You are very welcome. Cool. And then we'll pull your additional cards here in a moment. All right. And then Alice. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for your multiple donations here. And let's give the first one a love and a like there, since it does let me do that. And you want to know, why doesn't Harrison respond to you? Is he playing hard to get, doing it on purpose so that I will like him more? We'll see if he's playing games here. Let's give these a shuffle and we'll dive in there and see what's going on here with Harrison. Why isn't he responding? Ask that first here. Got another card that was reversed. Okay. It's funny that it was the Two of Cups, but I don't feel like it was there. So why isn't he responding? And is it game playing? We'll take a look here. All right. I don't feel like they're playing games here. I mean, we've got the bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Swords, which is a lot of movement and change going on in their life. And they got the 10 of coins with the Queen of Wands too. So all this energy brings me a lot of busyness. They're trying to find this fullness of life. They're trying to all this stuff, and they're just overly busy, and I just feel like they're overwhelmed in their life, and they're focusing. I mean, even on the bottom of the deck after that, we've got the Eight of Coins, which is again work, 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 trying to achieve outside things. And then also um, the Nine of Pentacles. So we've got the 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles with the Three of Swords coming in, which is heartache and disappointment and all of this. And it just, they feel so drawn out. Yeah. And then are they playing games? No. You even got the Queen of Pentacles. So it feels so I don't know, it just feels like they're so, yeah, work and trying to achieve things in their, outside world and, all of this stuff. It's like, wow, I feel like they're just so focused on that, you know, and that they're afraid of disappointing, and they define themselves so much by their body and their possessions and their job and their career and relationships with people and everything else. It just feels so extreme and overwhelming, and all this pentacles energy just feels, you know like they're just um in a great place of stress. Even on the bottom here too, 10 of Swords, it's like they're so overwhelmed by people pleasing and trying to obtain so many things. It's just like on the verge of a nervous breakdown kind of anxiety of they're just burning the candle at 20 ends and they just don't know, so unorganized and so overwhelmed, so mentally confused, which when we're in fear and anxiety, we can't think straight. So I just feel like they're, just not responding to a whole lot of people. Um, I just feel like they're so freaked out about, I've got to do all this stuff. They just don't have enough time in the day. And then they look at a text or they, you know, talk to people. They don't have time to respond. They fall asleep, you know, they get distracted by something else. It's like ADHD, where they're just like totally confused and unorganized. So I don't feel like it's personal. I just feel like their life is a wreck right now, is how what I'm feeling with all of that. So I I I did they just feel like they're in a storm, and I like you not being in it. You know, if a monkey is throwing poo all over the place, you don't wanna be around the monkey. You're like, "I'll come visit you later once you've calmed down." So, I kinda feel like this is the energy they're nudging going, just allow that. If they're not responding, let it go, and there's a reason why there's a wedge or a forest field so that the monkey poo don't hit you. So I feel like that's what's going on with that situation there, Alice. So gratitude. Right, and I don't see your additional questions yet. If you want to pop down your next question there, we'll move on to that one. All right. So check his intentions towards you and future of this connection. All right, sure. Absolutely. Let me give that some love and a like here. Oops. There it goes. All right. So let's take a look here. First, what are his intentions towards you currently based on current energy? Okay. That'll be those two. All right. And then based on current energy here, um, future of this connection. What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay. So you're wondering if he will give you an emotional romantic offer and have feelings. Okay, and we'll take a look here. The energy on the bottom of the deck, and we'll of course dig in here more. But we've got the Three of Wands, which is a change of direction. But this is that you take a change of direction based on new information and new awareness that you have. Not necessarily about them, just about yourself and life. Could be about them too, but just new information comes in where you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go this way. But let's take a look here. That's the energy on the bottom of the deck. So intentions towards you first. Yeah, we've got mixed intentions. We've got the Shah of Coins, which is the King of Pentacles. Again, intentions, intentions, intentions. We had the 8 and the 9, the 10, and the Queen. Now we have the King, which is the fullness of everything in life, right? And trying to meet their expectations with those 10 of Swords. So their intentions right now, you know, I don't feel like these are specific. I feel like they're looking at what all I need to meet this long list of expectations of lovability, acceptability, what does success mean in life? They got this long list. That's what the 10 of Swords is. A long list of their small t truths rooted in fear about what they need for the King of Pentacles to be full um and I feel like they have like this one of the things on the list is spouse, children, home, money, high paying career, education, great body, blah, 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 this much and that much in the bank. They got this long list. It's all pentacles. It's all what you would count as like possessions and things. Not that they look at their spouse as a possession, mostly. But on this list, there's something that there's a position that needs filling. It's like you're starting a company and you need all these positions filled. It's like I'm taking applicants for this. That's how it feels. It feels very transactional and not so much about from the heart yet. And we'll see. Um, and then we wanted to know, based on current energies, what's the future of this connection here? Yeah, I mean, we've got the alchemist. There's a lot of still undetermined because this is the alchemy is decision making and choice and focus and it's the process of turning a base metal into gold. And we've got the daughter of staves, which is the page of wands, which is new passion, new energy, heightened passion, passion, passion. So I feel like it's still undetermined, and this is part of the what's going on is that I don't feel like this is when this kind of energy comes in, it means it's not a fated relationship that you have this this um sometimes some of our past lives, sorry, I went off into past lives. I'm like, come back here to this life. We've got all these past lives that some of them, it's the vacation package for that past life has a fated marriage. Others have a fated relationship that doesn't work, that for a period of time and then single. And then it has all these faded, and not a ton of them either. We have very little faded things in a lot of our lives, a lot less than we think that are there, because a lot of life is about options and opportunities and choice. We love the power of choice down here, and so a lot of that comes in, right? Yeah, and I don't feel like he's so busy. I don't feel like he's has like time for relationships, and he was like, "Well, you're a good applicant, but I don't have time to look over other applicants. I got so much stuff going on." And they're just overwhelmed with it all. Yeah. Um yeah, yeah, not like forever kind of energy that's there. It doesn't mean that it can't be because, it's optional. It's not fated, kind of, energy that's coming in with that, if that makes sense. So, just I don't feel like there's a whole lot of intention, because they're so confused, and that's why I feel like they're at this, you know, standing at this path of their life, and there's like 100 different paths, and they're like, well, which one do I want to go on? And some of them involve you being in there, others are not, and that's why there's just this all these choices, and it's like, I don't know. It's like going to an airport, like a big, huge airport, an international airport, and going, "What flight do I wanna get on?" Well, really depends on where I wanna go, how I wanna get there, when I wanna get there. Do I wanna come back? Blah, 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 you know? So there's just so much undetermined in their little brain, and they haven't made these choices yet. That's why it's like, who knows at this point? So that makes a lot of sense with what they're going through there. So that's what they have for that one, my dear. And then if you want to ask your third question, and then human being, you will be after. Let me just check this email here. And so for the Cash App, let me see here. Sometimes the name isn't the same. So let me just make sure here. So I generally don't like to say someone's name on the Cash App because it may not be the same in YouTube, and so for privacy purposes, just let me know who you are, so I don't say your name here. But we had the Cash App because you're up next. So if you haven't put your question out yet, make sure to do that because you'll be up next. All right, Alice, thank you for your additional question there. And let me give that additional donation some love and a like. Thank you again for your multiple donations there, Alice. All right. So, how does Dan feel about any, especially in comparison to you? She gossips a lot, and I'm wondering if he knows that is aware. Dan is our manager. Oh, about Amy. I thought you said any. Amy. Okay, I get you. Yeah, absolutely. Aries Sun. I'm going to be on for another hour and a half, so donations are still available for sure. All right, so let's take a look here and see how do they feel about Amy, especially in comparison to you. Let's take a look here, and are they aware of the gossipy? All right. Well, all these twos, yeah, I mean, definitely. Excuse me. I feel like Dan is an interesting character. Amber, yes, Amber, thank you. That is you. Yeah, so I do see that. So if you want to pop your question in the chat here, you'll be up next after this Alice's last question here. So Dan seems to be someone who's really aware of his power of choice. Because you got all these twos, the two of swords, the two of cups, the two of staves, and so they understand they get to choose the story they put and the emotions they choose and the energy they put forward. And they do choose to try to see the brighter side of people and things. We've got the sun card and the four of staves, which is joy and celebration. And I feel like they are aware. I mean, they're aware of a lot of things, like we talked about before. They're very in tune and very connected and empathic, where they understand people's emotions. They know that what's behind people's actions is either fear, like they know that it's two choices. They know that when people act stupid, it's because they're in fear, right? We all do. When our human goes into fight or flight mode, that intelligent brain of ours, it is knocked out, and it's a little 2-year-old that's left. And what do 2-year-olds do? They act like 2-year-olds. And so when people are acting like 2-year-olds, it's because they're in fear, and it's like, okay, you know, they they really have learned to take everything with a grain of salt. And, that's what's coming in here is they choose to try to look for solutions rather than look at problems. They try not to focus on problems. They want to focus on the silver lining, the steps we need to take to get there. So if there's someone in a disagreement, then they try to move this these changes here, because in the bottom of the deck we've got the Son of Swords and the Shah of Swords, which is the king. So you got the king and the prince, or the knight, and this is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I feel like they don't compare people. I feel like they look at things from a higher perspective, understanding everybody's different, everybody has a different upbringing. Um, I just feel like they're just very emotionally intelligent when it comes to things, and I feel like, being a manager, they learned the hard way. I feel like, well, they've got battle scars, and they learn through the fire that they've had in their own life, that they're just like, so when they I feel like they don't no one gossips to them, because I feel like they're someone that goes, "What? What did you say? Oh, it's so and so, da da da. Oh, let's go take a look. Come on, let's go talk to them." Oh, crap, they don't participate in the gossip, and people know, oh, don't go talk to them, because they'll bring us to a solution to put an end to the gossiping. So don't tell him, because he'll do that. So I like it. I just feel like such you know just a good source. They're a great manager. I mean, they know people, they understand people, and I like that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is. I was a manager for years. He reminds me a lot of, um, a lot of the energies of myself as a manager, which, you learn the hard way. I was like, you know what? When I first became a manager, I was like, oh my gosh, you learn, whoa, big mistakes, big blow ups, and you're like, okay. And then, luckily having great mentors myself as my upper managers, I feel like they've had a lot of great mentoring in their own life, and but a lot of learning the hard way. So I just feel like they're just really able to look at things differently. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he doesn't compare, he doesn't contrast. He just looks at the brighter side of each individual, and the sun card and the joy card is just like, they just try to, look at their positives. And so they don't focus on, negatives and things that are, falling short, with all of that. So I just feel like um I don't know. It's just like it's funny. It's like, Spirit is mirroring him, which he would say, like, what would he say if you asked, "What do you feel about her?" He would, maybe in a funny way, go, "I don't think it's any of your business." And you're like, "You're right." So it's funny because they don't, it's that's gossiping, and he doesn't like to gossip. And so he's like, "You know what? A general statement." It's funny because this is what, like, Spirit is mirroring what they would want, which would say they look for the brighter things in people. They don't try to focus on, pointing out where it's just more awareness that they have, and then they work with each individual as an individual, as well. So that's funny. So that's what they have for that one, Alice. All right. So, so thank you again, and I'll get down to additional question here. But we're going to jump to Amber next here. All right, so Amber, I see that you do have your question up here. So you want to I truly beg to know if Kenneth's feelings he speaks about authentic. Is he truly wanting a relationship? Okay, so we'll take a look here and see, Amber. And thank you for your donation, by the way. If I didn't thank you, um, so Kenneth's feelings, what he speaks, and what is what he's saying. True. Okay, and thank you for putting it again there too. I see that you had put it before. Now, a little late. Let's take a look here. So Kenneth's feelings, are they authentic? Is he being true as far as he knows, right? And does he really want a relationship with you and just you? Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have coming in here. All right. All right. So first of all, is he true? We've got the Eight of Coins and the death and rebirth here. And what this is telling me here, Amber, is that he thinks he is being true and real. He's in the middle of a huge transformation in his life, because even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Man, which is like a caterpillar in a cocoon going through, and and even underneath that, we've got the new birth of the Empress, which is, he's definitely going through transformation and endings and beginnings in his life. So it's like the intentions and everything that he's had, he believes it and it's true, but his life is going through this big transformation. There's this big changes that are happening both within him and outside of him too. Um, and we've got emotional stability, and that's what tells me too that they're true to their emotions here. And the alchemist is that they're wanting to create, they're wanting to have some, you know, creation, this movement, this um, they want to make their dreams come true. And I feel like that's where a lot of this kind of, when a caterpillar goes into cocoon, it loses its outer skin and it becomes caterpillar juice. And I feel like that's what they're going through, is they're losing some of their identity because of who they're transforming into, and what they're evolving and heading towards. So let's get some clarity on that too here. Yeah, because we even have the high priestess who steps back into their temple to connect upward, to look backwards behind the veil, dive deep into their emotions, revealing a lot of hidden and unknown. And we even have the Six of Swords, which is leaving old ways of thinking behind, moving to new ways of thinking. And the Two of Coins is, them trying to find this balance that comes in with their life here. So they've got a lot of stuff happening here. So, I feel like as the caterpillar, they have these intentions, but things are just changing in their life. So, when we're asking from their viewpoint, they feel like they really do want a relationship with you, just you. Um, and this is what's happening. I'm going to just get a little more nosy here, and we're going to ask Spirit if they'll let us know if it does, from the future, when they turn into this butterfly, what kind of energy is between the two of you? Okay. So far, I got the Moon card, the hidden and the unknown. Deep emotions, though. It's like, is it mysterious? Is that you telling me none of your business, for me? No. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, the card that came up on the top is the Two of Cups, which is an emotional relationship, and even got the growing old together. Whoa, boo doo boo doo boo doo boo. Eating your soup, your hot soup. Such a grandma, grandpa thing to do. So, even I mean, and there's all this stability that came in here with the other cards too. Um, Seven of coins, nine of coins, four of coins. So the outside world, it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it does take time to get there. But the four of coins is the feeling of home and stable outside world. The nine of coins is an abundance card. So I feel like they do figure things out here, and yeah, even with the Sultan, which is the Emperor, daughter of swords, is higher thinking and belief. So it does reveal itself through time here. Um, so it feels very positive. I feel like you might feel like, what's going on here? I feel like things are going weird, even on the bottom of the deck, you got the Four of Wands, which is another stable energy and marriage and celebration card. So I just feel like they're questioning who they are and getting clarity around things. But it feels like you know, they maintain and retain the attraction and connection with you as they turn into this butterfly. So I like it. I like it for you. So I put all the cards back in here. Um, yeah, and I feel like you possibly feel like you have been a butterfly. You've been doing your inner work, looking at yourself, transforming yourself. And so I feel like you're in a cocoon becoming that butterfly too. And that's why I feel like if you continue to look at your self love, raising your love vibration, your self worth by letting go and questioning those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you, that are rooted in fear, the emotions, the old emotions that don't, um, support you anymore, you can transform those. That you're doing that clearing out and doing all of that too. So, I like that, clearing out that's coming in there. So hopefully that helps, Amber. That's what they have for you right now. So it's like, okay, I understand why you're probably picking up like, what? I just feel like things are going on over there. Like they are, in that cocoon, there's transformation, but bring the transformation, that energy back to you as well, so that you both exit the cocoon at the same time. And he's like, hey, you're a butterfly too. And you're like, yeah, you are too. Let's go. You're able to go and do things and go places that you haven't been able to go before when you're just caterpillars, right? You can fly. So, all right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Amber. Again, thank you for your donation. Right. And then human being, you are up next. And thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And is that a lollipop? It is a lollipop. Yay. And celebrating your fifth. Super. So thank you for being, um, let me be your fifth super chat. And then, all right, there you go. So you'd like some guidance requesting the ADA accommodations from your employer. It has already been a bit of a challenge. All right, so let's take a look here and see. So requesting ADA recommendations. Let's see what they have here. Let me just shuffle these up. So what we got going on here? What would you like? Okay. All right, so this one is the obstacle in the middle. All right, got that. And then, all right. So let's take a look here. See, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of the Queen of Cups. So definitely, we've got this energy of emotion and diving deep and trusting your intuition and your gut. And a big piece of this, what's been going on with all of this is part of your development of your emotional choices, your emotional energies coming in here. Because underneath it, we've got yeah, you've got the Four of Staves, which is joy, 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 and celebration. We like that. And even underneath that, you've got the Malika of Coins, which is the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so there is definitely this divine feminine energy that's coming in here. So let's take a look here and see. Yeah, yeah. So you've got, because we're asking them for advice, right? So here's the advice. Two of Staves, Two of Wands is being aware of our energy and where we're investing it. And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotional energies that don't serve us, right? So when things are not going the way that we are wanting them to go, then we can, look at where am I investing my energy? Because I'm drawing in to my life what I want for myself, right? And if I'm drawing in things that I'm like, well, it's not exactly happening and feels like things are going slow and things are challenging, then I'm like, okay, am I investing my energy in focusing on what I hate, what I fear will not happen or will happen? Am I fearing what I'm missing? Am I fearing what I'm want or not fearing what I'm missing, but am I focusing on what I'm missing? Am I focusing on what I'm wanting? Because that energy will tell us, we tell the universe what we want through our energy. And so if I'm focusing on that, like want something, spirit is going, oh, you like wanting, okay, so we'll continue to have you want, not get, but want, because we enjoy the wanting. Or missing, I feel like something's missing in my life. All right. So you enjoy missing. We'll have you miss more things in your life then too. No, but when we change our energy, change our focus of our energy with the Two of Wands, then to gratitude, let me have gratitude for what is in my life, what I am enjoying, seeing, like I can ask spirit, I'd like this. That's our want. But then I don't focus on the wanting. And then I start focusing on the gratitude, seeing in my mind's eye me receiving that thing, feeling that. What does it feel like when I'm receiving it? That's our energy we're putting forward. In any physical actions that I can take that affirm that it's like I'm going to get new furniture. So I start clearing out furniture and making room for it. That physical action, the physical world, helps with that too. So a change of energy, letting go of old emotions, because all this emotional energy they're talking here about. Yeah, and you have the World card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So letting the old stuff go. There's this joy and celebration, kind of energy, being in the now, being in the moment. What am I grateful for now? And with these recommendations and different things like that, what kind of energy have you attached to an outcome? What does it mean if it doesn't happen? What does it mean if it does? These are future projections of maybe our worth or something that's attached to it. And I feel like they're saying here it's part of releasing connection to that, to the outcomes. And we'll see here. What's the obstacle that's standing in between? Yeah. So the obstacle that's standing between is our energy, the focus. So that makes sense with what we've been talking about here. Wherever I put my energy is what is growing and expanding. Yeah. And here's the Hierophant, which is become aware of what your capital T truth is. What is it that who you truly are, what it is you truly want, not what you think is supposed to be, should be, need to be. And when you look at the situation, whether we have it or not, whether it gets approved or not, either way, I'm going to be fine. I feel like that's the truth that comes in is, you know what? Um, I'm fine in this moment. The next moment, I will be fine too. And I love for my life, one of the big things was, you know, I'm either going to get through this next moment or I'm not. In either case, I'm going to be fine. Because if I don't get through it, that means I'm dead. The human is, I'm not in this human anymore. And I'm reconnected to the spirit world completely and off on new adventures. That's totally fine, you know. Or I get through it and then I'm fine anyway, right? And so either way, we're going to be fine. And I feel like there's this importance that comes in with that. Yeah. Yeah. The death card. I'm either going to be dead or the King of Cups. I'm balanced between my head and my heart. And I like all this. And again, we've got the Nine of Wands in the middle, which, in between the two, which is our, it's like what is the barrier that I have up? What's this forest field that's holding me back from enjoyment and joy? And I feel like this is that, the advice they have is looking at the energies that I'm putting into the moment. How much power over my definition and my joy and my happiness am I putting on this? And it's like, yeah, how much energy? I'm going to be fine either way. As I put all these cards in backwards, either way, anything, everything's going to be fine. And I feel like that's the advice, is like they're wanting you to really look at the importance that we're putting on the outcome, if that makes sense. So hopefully that's helpful. And that's what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation there, human being. And hang in there. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. We're reading right now in the Praying Mantis group, The Power of Now. And that's the kind of energy I feel is coming in, is, we learn to come back to this moment. And I like that. Let's see. There's a page I marked, and they're bringing me back to it, but I'm like, what was it about? Because they were like, oh, yeah. Accept, then act. Yeah, it says the present moment is sometimes unacceptable, unpleasant, or awful. And that was someone's statement to Eckhart Tolle, I think. And he says, it is as it is. Observe how the mind labels it, and how this labeling process, this continuous sitting in judgment, creates pain and unhappiness. By watching the mechanics of the mind, you step out of its resistance patterns, and you can then allow the present moment to be. This will give you a taste of the state of inner freedom from external conditions, the state of true inner peace. Then see what happens and take action if necessary or possible. Accept, accept it, like acceptance, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Wow, I love it. So I see why they wanted me to read that. And of course, that can be for any of us that resonates with, of course. Beautiful. All right, human being, thank you again, and many blessings to you. And you're welcome, Amber. All right. And then we are to HTTPS, your second question here. Thank you so much for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you want to know what's coming for you in the next 3 months. All right, let's take a look. And be sure to check out your equinox readings I put out by each individual zodiac sign too, to get some additional information, because those are for the next 3-month readings too. Boom, boom. So let's take a look here for you specifically. What do they want you to know about the next 3 months? All right. Well, looks like they gave you 2 cards for each month, and then 1 card is going to be the overall energy for the 3 months. Shah, no, I'm just kidding. This is the Shah of Cups, which is the King of Cups, balancing of head and heart. So I like this energy that's coming in here for you there. And for the first month here, yeah, your first month coming in, you really got the 10 of Wands and the Hanged Man. This is about looking at things from a different perspective. I feel like this first month that you're really evaluating and analyzing where you're investing your energy. You know, it's um, movement and fruition, that comes in here. But there's also like, all right, I have all these things happening, but I can't keep doing this. I need to take back some energy from things that are acting important, but they're not. They're urgent, but they're not important. Urgent things can fall away if they're not important. You don't have to invest energy. And it's like, someone's like, oh my God, I need this, I need this, I need this. And they're like, well, nah, you really don't, and I'm not going to invest energy in that. And so I like this retention or getting back energy that you're investing into black holes and things that are not important. And I feel like you're just really gleaning and getting this focus that's coming in with that. This is part of the balancing that's coming in, is you're balancing your energy going, I don't have to do all this stuff. And all not right now either. Sometimes it's like they're reminding me of, when I was a manager, my boss, such an amazing lady. I would be like, I would always I had put a lot of pressure on myself. I got to do it all, and then I'd get to the point of like, oh my god, and I would just go to her and I'd be like, you know what, I can't do all this, and she's like, all right, well, let me prioritize it for you based on our needs, and she would be like, okay, that thing that can wait. We can wait 3 months on that, and because there's some stuff coming down that we need to wait on it anyway. Let's just move that out. And then this thing we can move away 2 months, and this and so is that manageable? I'm like, "Yeah." And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here is you're realizing some stuff doesn't have to be all done right now, like, that can be next month, month 2, that could be month 3, but now, okay, this feels like this is obtainable. So that's what I feel for 1st month. 2nd month, yeah, and here we go. So it's like we were saying here, we got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So energy, energy, energy. You had the 10 of Wands. This is the 11 and the 12. So 10 of Wands the first month, 11 and 12. So the energy progresses. And because of the balancing of the energy you do in the first month, you're able to really instead of spending energy and being overwhelmed and trying to do too much, it's like you're able to, instead of doing 10 things, you're doing like 3 things. And when you do 10 things, you can go up 1 space each, right? But when you're doing 3 things, you get to go up 3 1/3 each, right? And so you have this progress in the second month on things that um, you weren't experiencing before because you were trying to do too much, and now you're focusing your energy in, and boom, 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 you feel this progress. You feel this movement because of the reassessment of your energy and where you're investing it. So it's really important in the first month to decide where you're investing all of your energy, because the second month you make significant movement and things that you're wanting to accomplish. Yeah. And then the 3rd month, you get the reward. We'll start off with this because you got Malika of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. You have the birth, the harvest, the abundance that comes in from it. So you get to see the fruit of your labor that comes in there. And you have the 6 of Swords too. And so the 3rd month, you have a movement of thought and belief and mindset, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. This is leaving old ways of thinking behind. And I feel like then you reassess, it's like, you're like, all right, so these things can wait. And I'm focusing just on these 3 things: movement, reward. Like, all right, so those are done. What's next on my list? What next am I having movement on? Well, I love this balance because it feels so light and calmer. I was speaking so fast, and now I feel like I don't have to speak so fast. I can go slower. I can enjoy it as I'm going along. I feel balanced instead of, having these extremities where I'm going, going, going. I have time to balance myself, time to enjoy things. And then, boom, you get this harvest that comes in the third month. And then you just start going, all right, so now those things are done. I don't need to invest energy in those anymore. I do this. Um, Six of Swords can be movement across water if you are planning any kind of move or vacation or something along those lines. That's kind of there in that third month too. Part of the reward, maybe, you're like, woohoo. But so that's coming in. Hopefully that resonates there for you, HTTPS. And that's what they want you to know about the next 3 months. I like it. And then you said, when you did a read about your cat, yeah, your boyfriend a couple days ago, bring home 2 kittens. Oh, very similar to one. Oh, he's back. I lie. I like, oh yeah, maybe it's the same soul. They definitely can be. Um, Although I don't feel like it is. I feel like, your cat was like, "Alright, that was fun, now I'm off onto other things." So I feel like it's a new soul that's in there. Not that they're not around, they're still around you, and that's what I love about pets, not pets, but, animals is, this great, you know, th they the energy is around the new pets. Like, it's like, Why is the dog acting that way?" We're like, well, the other one's helping him. The soul of our past, fur babies and feather babies and fin babies, they all are around the new ones, and so we'll see them do stuff like, wait a minute, why are you doing that? It's like, well, they're learning from, and you'll see pets just like staring off at stuff, or they'll start wagging their tail and there's nobody there. You're like, "Oh, are they visiting?" So I love that. Absolutely, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So we'll continue moving down here. So Aries Sun, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And he wanted to know, how does JD feel about you? So we'll take a look here and see what their emotions are here for you. Of course, other people's emotions about us, little to do with us and more to do with what's going on inside them, right? They could, be hungover and hate us and then eat a breakfast taco and then love us again. You know how fickle feelings are among human characters. But we'll take a look here and see overall what their energies are. I'm just gonna shuffle these up here. All right. So how does JD feel about you? What does Spirit want you to know here? Not that one. This one. And they want that one here. That one here. All right. Okay. Well, good. Well, I do feel here. I mean, they're just figuring things out, aren't they? They got a lot going on inside their noggin here. The bottom of the deck, I mean, they've got, wow, all the swords. Crazy, but they've got the 8 of swords and the king of swords. So those are good energies that they have around. They're realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been holding them back. And because that influences what our fears are or what hold us back. And I feel like they're recognizing some of these old things that, you know, um, are triggering and coming up from the past. Because we even have the Justice card, which is the balancing of the scales, and they've got the Ace of Swords that there we go. That's in their hand there that helps them cut away. It's like the Shah or the King of Swords. They have that Ace of Swords in their hands too. So they're definitely you know dealing with some old triggers, some old emotions that pop up that have been popping up in their head. And that comes from past pain, past abandonment, past betrayals, even all the way back into their earlier childhood. A lot of thinking, a lot of um, mindsets that they had to create to try to feel safe. And now it's like putting up a baby gate when you're a baby so you don't fall down the stairs. But now you're an adult, you're like, this baby gate is an obstacle. And it keeps popping up and they keep falling over it and falling down the stairs anyway. And they're like, well, I need to remove this because I can walk down the stairs, but if I keep tripping over this. And so the tripping, if they've been tripping, that's what's changing here. And the reason I say that, and I'll come back to these other two cards here in a sec too, is because they've got the Devil card and the Six of Swords. So the Devil card is a shaking and a rattling, energy that comes in Saturn and Capricorn energy, where their old mindsets, their old beliefs that were formed growing up by those experiences, they transform, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. When they close off, it's their, you know, when we go into fight or flight mode, it's like you're either going to fight or you're going to run. And so they run when the fears arise and they don't want this anymore. And we like this. I mean, all of these cards, um, all of these cards represent flow, all the six, the eight, the justice card, and the king. All of that's empowering, right? And so the chains of the devil card are what are being rattled so they can be aware of them so that they can release them. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, especially if that's your fears, right? They're a great mirror because then, oh gosh, I don't want that to happen to me, And so you get to work on your fears. That's your when you're tripping out, right? We trip out when our fears rise, our own fear of abandonment, being rejected, whatever it may be. But it's like, eh, you know. But I do see here, I mean, they definitely are investing energy in it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So endings and beginnings, and it's fortunate. They're working through things. I like all this flow because they've got the Eight of Wands, which is another flow of energy, and even the Queen of Wands. So a lot of taking control over their energies and coming in here. So all of this combined together feels positive, though I can see where it feels like a crap storm, at times because when they go into fear, it's like whoosh. They're in this point, you know. A Saturn return every 28 to 29 years. Saturn returns back to where it was when we were born, and it can impact us 5 years before and after because of how far it's out in the solar system. Um, so usually between 20, what does it be, 23 and like 34, we go through a huge change in our life where we're shaking and rattling and rolling. So I don't know if they're between that age, that might be what's coming in. And then we get our second one, and 50, was it 53 to 64, somewhere like that. But so they might be having a lot of shaking. But there is hope because you've got the full card, which is a brand new beginning, something free of so many obstacles and so many swords. And the Three of Staves is like a change of direction that feels, refreshing that comes in here. So I do feel like, a lot of what's going on is, what's going on inside their noggin and these beliefs and these fears. But I feel like it's, they do have sincere feelings for you. It's just a lot going on inside of themselves. So, um, you know, I like that fears wouldn't be bubbling up and triggering if they didn't really care about you, because what happens, and same thing going inside of you, right, is if I care about something, then I care about losing it. It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna lock that up. I'm not gonna leave that outside. I'm gonna lock it inside my house." But something we don't care about, we leave it in the front yard and, "Oh, well, if it goes, it goes." So I like that there's fear around it in a way, 'cause like, they care about you. Otherwise, they would, "Oh, well, easy come, easy go," right? But they don't feel that way. So I like that. So hopefully it gives a little bit. And we'll come to your additional question here in a moment. Thank you so much. Let me just check my email here to make sure. All right. All right. And then Alice, thank you for your additional donation here. Let's give that some love and a like there. Let's see. What do we have here? So there we go. Seems he talks to her more than me. I was like, wonder what's going on with her. You know, maybe maybe she just needs more maybe she just needs more guidance. Maybe you're more independent and work well on your own. Maybe someone else needs more hand holding. Maybe, just maybe. All right. So Alice, so you'll just drop your donation and okay, can you try the how does manager Dan think and feel about Amy, especially compared to me? Wonder if there's any attraction. Oh, sorry. And for the free question, you're concerned about Amy's gossiping and wonder what her intentions. Okay, so that'll be the free one. I see. Or is that the one that you're donating for here? Okay. Oh, okay. So how does Dan think and feel about Amy, especially compared to you? You're just wondering if there's attraction there. Okay. Then the free one is the other one. Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah, we'll take a look there. Okay. So let's shuffle this up here. And so even though they said it was none of your business, we're pushing them, right? So um so how does the manager think and feel about Amy? Wondering if there's any attraction. Oh, uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So tell us more. Tell us more. All right. All right. And I mean, I don't feel we got that tower card coming in again. That's funny. um, so I feel like they're bringing that in there because that's like, oh, I don't want that. This is like a fear that you have of around that, but so I like that they're bringing it in here. That they're like, um, they do have this like, wow, I feel like we're gonna lose you if we don't do something for you. So that in itself says that there's a lot of, they have a lot of respect for who you are in the job and all of that there. You know, we've got the two of coins, and so he does look at you both differently. There's the balance, and even the Shaw of Cups, oh, wow, these 3 cards came out together. So now I see what they have balanced. We got the 4 of Staves, which is, balanced energy. We have the King of Cups, which is balanced between head and heart, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. And so I feel like they're not there's this, um it's called not being a respecter of persons, that they don't compare, they don't look at those things and from their point of view, and when we're looking at how they feel and how they interact, they don't look at, they just know, like, okay, what do they need? I'm going to give them. What do you need? I'm going to give you what you need, what they feel you need. And they just really honor everyone here, like with the Three of Coins. Three of Pentacles is, letting people be true to their authentic selves. And the Daughter of Swords, which is helping people grow and learn with all of this, which is, seeing things from a higher perspective, learning as they're going through things. And, so, there's this energy here. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you got celebration, and yeah, you got endings and beginnings, and all these tens. So you've got, you know, uh, the world card, and then you normally have the full card, but you have this is like uh, a one is a new beginning, and you've got the 10 of coins, the oh, and the wheel of fortune too. All of this victory and abundance, and all of this, and I just feel like they're like you don't have to worry, about them. I don't feel like they have any romance. They don't do any of that stuff at work, and I think we talked about that before, where they're like, no, you don't eat where you poop. We'll say it that way. But they're like, they don't have that kind of energy that comes in there. Um, and so it's all about the work. It's all about helping people. Like, it's their passion is to help people, and so they enjoy the job that they do, helping customers or helping whatever the kind of company it is. They enjoy that, but they really love helping people develop, helping people on their career path, helping develop the company, and finding shortcuts and things to help things out and progress. And that's where their energy is. Like, the work is the work, and it's about the individual relationships with people, but no romance. They don't feed those, and they don't have those. So they don't have that with Amy. They're not like spending time flirting and doing that. They just know that they need more support. And it could also be something you can look at is, I want, I want to connect and learn more from them. I want more of his attention. That there's a mirror there about that. Your inner self wants more of your attention, right? It's like, whenever we're looking and we're like seeing to the outside world, is I want that. Like, I want them to pay more attention to me. It's like, well, really, what we're saying is I want to pay more attention to me, because I'm out there instead of in here, and they want you to come back to here. And I feel like this is what their message is for you, is to come back in here, come back on your own ship instead of being out there on someone else's ship. You come back here and you can guide your ship more. But so I feel like this is an important message for you to come in here. It's like, that there's it. Yeah, I think it's Byron Katie. I think it's Byron Katie. She's a wonderful, she has a YouTube channel and a great website called thework.com. But one of the things she says is, when I'm out of my business, when I'm in someone else's business, then I feel alone and I feel out of control. And then when I come back to my own business, then I feel back safe and in control. And it was like a really big, like, wow, kind of aha in my life when I read that they're bringing back here. And it's like, yeah, because, and that's the way they showed me, is like everyone's on their own, like, little, not a pirate ship, but like those pirate ship days with the sails, and everyone's in their own ship, and we'll jump off our own ship, swim across, try to get on someone else's ship, but we can't. We can't get on someone else's ship. We'll try to climb up, we'll try to get on there, but we can't while our ship is going off course. It's like, come back to your own business, come back to your own self, and then we feel that. So I like that. So hopefully that helps, Alice. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And thank you so much, Aries Sun, for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And so, what does Spirit want you to know at this time? Let's take a look here. Give these a shuffle. I'm being drawn here to an oracle deck, an Ask Your Guides oracle. So let's take a look here. See what they have here for you. So what do you want Aries Sun to know at this time? All right. Master number 33. Aries Sun. Here's the Aries Sun, right? And it's rest. These are your healer guides. So let's take a look here. It's all about the energy of relaxation, rest, rejuvenation, and retreat. So this card signals that it is a time for rest and healing. Your body needs a break, even if your mind resists the idea. You may feel as though there is simply too much responsibility sitting on your shoulders for you to slow down right now. However, following this line of reasoning is not advisable. Pushing forward can adversely affect your health, thus harming your ability to show up later for the people who count on you. Rather than continue to willfully push onward, have enough self love and self awareness to recognize your limits and ease up. Taking a short break now. Taking a short break now and then a short break now and then. Sorry, I can read. Taking a short break now and then will allow you to go the distance. Besides, resting briefly does not mean you're quitting or giving up on your commitments and responsibilities. It simply recognizes the need to pause and refuel before you carry on. Your beautiful healer guides are encouraging you to give yourself this much needed rest. Your body is tired and your mind is fatigued. You need to refuel and regain proper perspective. Resting will also give you a more accurate view of what is and what is not your responsibility. Your loving healer guides advise that you take time to relax before your body falls apart and forces a break upon you. Yeah, that's what I've had several of my friends that get forced R&R because they would go until their batteries dead and not recharge. So yeah, definitely. It says, allow your healer guides to attend to your body and soul as you rest. Turn away from outer stimulation and go within. Sleep, relax, meditate. Spend time in nature if possible, and let the healing begin. Stepping away for a brief time will not only be good for you, but will also be good for others as they will find their own resources to draw from in your absence. This will stimulate and strengthen their creativity and independence, which will help them in every way. Your healer guides message to you, easy breezy, it just says rest. So that's the message they have for you right now. I like that because that even looks like Aries sun energy here, right? Bright, 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 go, 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 energy, energy, energy. But it is time for rest. So that's what they have for you right now. For you, Aries sun, so many blessings to you. Oh, and thank you for your kind words too. You think I really know my stuff? I the beautiful messages, of course, come from spirit. The only thing I credit myself for is over time I learned to shut up and listen. That's the only thing I take credit for. It's like I learned how to access the internet. The internet, all the information they have, I just learned how to access it, and that's it. So beautiful. Thank you. All right, and then Brenda Tejada, you are up, and thank you for your unicorn sticker and your donation. I appreciate that. And let's take a look here. What's so Eric and you, and with love, you messaged him, but he hasn't replied yet. Eric. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know? All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Erwick. So, we got the 5 of cups, and I think we talked about this with him before, where, there's this, not that he's bipolar, but there is this, he'll if he has a high when he comes back to like, because whenever we have a high moment, we'll come back down, and it's like coming back down, it feels like it goes like way down and balances up. It's like dropping a giant canister with air in it into the water. It go boom, and then it comes up and floats on the surface. And I feel like that's just something that's going on with him. I know he's got a lot going on emotionally, but I just feel like there's something that just really brought him down, going on in the outside world. I'm not sure, because this was his father that was getting heart surgery, right? Was that you? But I just feel like whatever is happening, I just feel like there's like his emotions just dropped out underneath him, and maybe he just had to fall asleep, because got the 4 of swords, which is rest and relaxation, peace of mind. And 9 of cups is joy and celebration and wish fulfillment kind of energy. So I like this. It's like spirit saying you can put your mind at ease. They're feeling like, wow, emotionally your dream come true. But I also feel like they kind of passed out and fell asleep, because I feel like they've been going, and their emotional energy just dropped out, and they went to sleepy time here. um yeah, even the card rest over here that I have to the side that we just pulled for Aries Sun is like, they had me out of the corner of my eye. We're like, in that. So I feel like they're resting there, and they've got the 9 of coins, which is them being pulled back, and the 10 of swords is letting go of a lot of mental stress and anxiety. And so I feel like whatever was, it's been a very scary time for them, and their emotions and everything. So I just feel like they're just you know exhausted, and they wake up and they're like, oh my god, I'm late, or they fell asleep, you know, not in their bed, but like on the couch or something. And so they're all discombobulated, with all of this here. So, um, let's see what else here regarding love. But I feel like that's what they wanted to make sure you knew. But I'm not replying, but everything else looks great. I mean, the 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles is also abundance, yeah, and this was on the bottom of the deck too. Yeah, right. Yeah, and Malika of Cups, this is the Queen of Cups. Very intuitive, very full of emotion here. And yeah, right. Yeah, and we have that. The Malika of Cups is the Queen of Cups. Um, and then, yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hermit card here. So, they're just this need to recharge and balance. Yeah, and even balance with the Queen of Swords. balancing their head and their heart, even um, the temperance card, balance and patience. And so there is this, they're trying to recover and balance here. But there's a great amount of love with this Queen of Cups too, a great amount of emotion that's there. And they get very happy. So I just feel like they passed out and they're just needing to recharge. And they feel like you'll help them recharge, but I feel like the body was like, "Good night," and it just kind of shut off on them, and they just kind of went to sleep. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles and the Hermit card and the 3 of Coins. Here's about being true to your authentic selves. Here too, allowing each other to be who they are. You know, just accept and love who they are and go with the flow with them right now. They definitely, I have no concerning cards that came up at all. Yeah. So I just feel like they're, like you said, they have family issues, and it's like exhaustion. That's what I just feel with all these cards. 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Those were just represent all this exhaustion that was going on in the outside world, and all of these just trying to find balance and rest. So yep, but so nothing concerning at all, and it feels like it's growing, and it's a great time here. Yeah. So you have fears, right? That's where yours are at, and so you things happen on purpose for a purpose, right? And so when you realize that what was coming in here with them not responding, with the stuff that they're experiencing, it's a growth opportunity for you to really look at, what am I fearing? And know that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. And what's meant to be in your life will stay, and what's not meant to be in your life will go, but it's always for us. And I feel like it's a trusting period here to go, what why am I fearing this? If someone leaves us, abandons us, it's there's this great meme that says something like, people don't abandon what they love, they abandon what they use. And that's an amazing thing to be, right? So just realize that, there. I'll pull a quick card here for you for your additional question there. So, will you see each other tonight? And how will it go? Yeah, 9 of Cups. So, dreams come true and overflowing emotion. So, yeah. So, you will see each other tonight. I feel like they're gonna be like, "I'm so sorry, I fell asleep," and then I woke up, and then I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta get to work, or I had to go do this other thing," and then, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've been on the go nonstop since I woke up," and you know, so I feel like that's the kind of stuff. But yep, definitely positive things there. All right, so that's what they have for you, Brenda. Thank you again for your donation. And yeah, just take a look at your fears, because that's why these things come up, to look at our triggers and go, Why am I fearing that? What's meant for me won't pass me by. And if anyone leaves me, you know, then it's for me. And I'll learn through it all. Right. So I like that. All right. Oh, thank you for your additional sticker there. Yeah. No, I feel like you are more of an anchor for them in their storm. They're like, why would I want to, get rid of the only stable thing in my life? So I definitely feel like you are, when he's saying these things of like, "Oh my god, I need your I just need your bubble of love," it's like, they're like it's like you're a bright light, like a hope for them, if that, makes sense, but it's like you're the bright you're the moon, shining in their dark night. You reflect the light, off of you, and Mother Luna, there's this you're this emotional source, and um, uh, you shed light in their life during their dark times, and so they definitely are like, why would I want to destroy the moon? It would destroy my life because the tides would be impacted, and I'd go off course because the moon keeps the Earth in its orbit in a way. So, it's what keeps us where we're at. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely feel that. And he loves you too. He just needs to, um, you know, calmness will come, yeah. Get him a present, get him something, yeah, you know. I like it. Just you're a bright light for him, so nothing to worry about. And thank you for your additional sticker. um, anything else for you here? I feel like you know, for some reason, I just feel like it's comfort food, like his favorite snacks. And, yeah, yeah, like some of his favorite snacks, and like a coupon, like some coupons, like handmade coupons, like a hug, you know I know, right? Just give from your heart, it's gonna be perfect always from your heart. But I feel like giving him a coupon, like different coupons, like, a free hug, a Netflix night, um, your favorite meal, just some fun things, like that gives them like, "Oh, wow, I can use these," right? And there's always a little, if you give someone a coupon for something, and you're like, I'd give it to him anyway, but this coupon, encourages them to want it. Right? You're like, "Ho, ho, ho." But you're giving it out of love because you wanna give those things, or whatever, uh a walk, a walk at sunset, or, if I don't know if you're near a beach, walk on the beach. Just some fun things that you'll be like, "Wow, yeah, let's go do that," type of stuff. So there you go. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right. So I haven't gotten to any of the free readings yet, to all of you that have been waiting, and I really appreciate that. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes, but I will return after my praying mantis session, and I might be able to do a couple here before I get into those. And thank you guys so much for all your donations. This is how I do live, and otherwise I'd be having a full-time job and be exhausted. I wouldn't be doing a fraction of what I do now. So thank you guys so much for all your donations. All of your thumbs up help too. So thank you for all of that. And then also my YouTube channel members and anyone that purchases any of my other services. I have them all listed down. I offer personal readings, hedges of peace and love, wish upon a star, astro readings, some other things if you're interested, down below too. So let me here. Actually, I'm going to take screenshots because I'm running out of time here. So I will return, and I will go in order, first come, first serve for the free readings when I return back. But I also will post post a comment afterward when I come back, and it'll list the order in which the readings were completed so that you can find them easier as well. So let me just grab this. Okay. And I'm just grabbing all these. And of course, if you guys want, while you're waiting, let me just move these over. It keeps on acting up. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anyone here. Okay. We did those. All right, there we go. I did just put out the equinox readings for, and I'll post the playlist again here in a moment. Yeah, actually, I grabbed the screenshots, so let me grab those, and you can check those out. It is a 3-month forecast for each individual zodiac sign. So here is the playlist for that. And then also we just put out a pick a card for the Aries season, and there's a pick a card and a special bonus for all of the 3-month reading for the Aries sun babies in addition to those. And if you want to catch up on a podcast here, this is From Chaos to Cozy, which here's the playlist and then the last episode. A new one that comes out tomorrow. But it's about our journey from chaos to cozy. We come from cozy, we come down here, experience this human world of chaos and fears. And this podcast is all about the journey from my darkest time in my life, and the information and tools Spirit has given me over time and knowledge, around that. So it's helpful information. It's part of my desire and passion to teach. And so I'm sharing that part of my life coming in there. And then if you're interested in a life purpose readings, those just came out at the beginning of March, and they're half off till the end of this month. So you can check out that there too. Hey, Shrutika, thanks for being a new subscriber. I'm headed out here in a moment, but I will be back to finish out free readings. If you want to pop a question down into the chat, if you haven't already, I will grab that and I'll include it here. So if you want to do that. So thank you for subscribing. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. You're part of the love tsunami, because it's one of the things that the YouTube algorithm looks at, and that triggers it to want to share my videos automatically with other people. So if you want to do that, I appreciate it. It's all free, which is the perfect price there. All right. I think that's it here. Don't have anything else. So I'm going to be headed off here. And so Shrutika, if you are still here, make sure to, oh, there you go. Thank you. I sounded like Scooby-Doo for a moment there. All right. So I'm grabbing that question there. All right. Got it. So I will complete that here. I'll be gone for about an hour with my praying Mantis members, and then I'm going to go eat. And depending on the snow, I may go run an errand, maybe not. But I'll be back in about an hour and a half to 2 hours and complete out the free readings from this morning. I didn't get to any of them. And then I'll be back this evening too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow as well at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'm sure we'll see some of you guys again and appreciate it. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved and eternally by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're at in the world. I'll see you soon. Till then, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care. We'll see you.